Hi traders, hope you are well. It's Chris here again at thetradingmentors.com. This is a full analysis, full Forex trading analysis for chart patterns and Elliott wave formations. So this is taking away all the divergence, all the convergence, all the other stuff that we do. And before I start, in order to get these automatically drawn on your chart, you do have to have premium on TradingView. So let's get started. Let's start with the DXY and move down as we usually do on the analysis. And this is live. This is 10:17 in the morning on the 8th of May. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, then of course the numbers will be slightly different and the pattern's slightly different. So, but nonetheless, this is all about the tutorial on how the patterns emerge and what they mean and how you can trade them in particular. And the other thing we'll do is how you can analyze and pick the most favorite trades which are going to give you the strongest trends and the biggest targets. Okay, so let's go through, and some of the charts won't have any patterns or any analysis because they're not doing anything, and that's fair enough. And as I go down, I'll do them all and I'll tell you what's going on in the markets and my view and my opinion of what's going on. So the DXY is our analysis which we correlate with the dollar pairs. So if the dollar DXY is moving up into an uptrend, then we can know that euro dollar, pound dollar, etc. are moving down. So that's the correlation. We can pick our trades from that. Similar with the yen futures and the Swiss futures. So the first thing we can see on the dollar index, a couple of things to note is look out for falling wedges because they are fantastic ways to get a breakout trade. So for instance, this is a weekly chart. So there's the breakout there, which indicates that the price is going to go up. And of course it did. It came back down to support and then it broke out, and there's another opportunity to trade again on this triangle formation. So look out for those falling wedges, rising wedges, and triangle formations on the breakout. From this alone, we can see that the price has broken this area, this triangle. So this is looking bullish, achieving higher lows and higher highs. So we do expect dollar to go stronger, but not confirmed yet, of course. Now we do have a target here drawn for us, 113.16. Yen futures, let's go down to the daily and see. Oh right, okay, so the daily, I haven't seen these for a while, so we can say that for the past couple of years this has been consolidating into the rectangle. Rectangle formations are where prices are consolidating and tend not to be good trades to be had. We've got a breakdown of this rectangle formation on the 10th of April. So we do expect weaker yen futures despite the intervention last week out of Japan, and have a target, a big target here, 53.01. Swiss franc futures, no chart pattern at all, so doesn't help us. But what I will be talking about is the Elliott wave formation. So the Swiss franc futures is not clear. Same for the US 30 Dow Jones index. We can see that a head and shoulders is being formed, the head being there, left shoulder, right shoulder, not quite ready yet. But nonetheless, there's no chart pattern as such. However, we had a 1, 2, 3. And then it's moved into a wave 5, which is a reversal, and this dictates that the price is highly likely to fall in the next few weeks or the next few days down to here, 34.588. Congratulations to members who've been trading the FTSE. Let's do some analysis on this using the chart patterns. So previously it's been consolidating. It's consolidating for quite some time in this rectangle formation, but we had a breakout of that in the last few weeks. In addition, look out for wave 4 formations on the Elliott wave analysis, because that is the strongest move. We'll be going through these in a bit more detail as we go through. And we've been holding on to the FTSE 100 for a few weeks now, and we do expect it to come up to 85.51, which is our weekly Forex forecast. It did reach our first target, 8047. However, it's continued and going up to our next target up here. And there is also another target up here as well. So as long as it continues, it is parabolic to the upside, which is a bonus. All the charts agree. So look out for wave 4s with a combination of a break of a triangle or any kind of breakout. NASDAQ, we've got lots of gaps on the NASDAQ. Doing the same chart formation as the Dow Jones. This is moving up. However, it looks like it wants to move into an ABC pattern, which is a reversal. Head and shoulders is forming. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. So this is highly likely to move down to 15,744. Doesn't mean to say these are tradable at the moment. I'm just giving you a lesson on what to look out for on breaks of rising wedges, downward red wedges, triangle formations, head and shoulders, and all that kind of thing. So this is a long-term, very much a long-term view. Hang Seng, congratulations if you traded this. We are long this, so we do expect further upside. Our target is here at 19,736. Nice head and shoulders pattern. The head and shoulders, as per the double bottoms and double tops, you have to wait for the break of the neckline first. So there's the neckline drawn, and you just wait for the break, and we are long this. This indicates a wave 3 into a wave 4, which is a continuation of this trend. It is in a massive consolidation box, but this is a daily chart, so there is plenty of room there in this instance to get some profits up to target. I'm going to do all these because I haven't seen them for a while. Aussie 200 index, similar pattern as the Dow and the NASDAQ. Head and shoulders pattern along with wave 5 into an ABC pattern, highly likely to fall down to these targets. Same with the S&P 500. This indicates a big fall in the markets is likely. Doesn't mean it will, but of course we're just using a limited number of tools. DAX consolidating into a rectangle formation. No information. It could be forming wave 5. We had a breakout of this bullish flag a few months ago in January. We had, I don't know, about 1,600 points out of that. Congratulations, members, if you had that. But this easily and quickly tells me I don't want to be trading this. West Texas Oil. Now this is interesting. We do have a parabolic trend to the downside on all charts, which is fantastic if you're going short, heading for 71.16. However, there is a wave 4 formation. Now the wave 4 formation can go quite deep and head into this target. However, once we get conversion, i.e. change of character to the upside at some stage, then this will be a very strong bullish momentum, but it's not there yet. The trade pattern from previously is a head and shoulders pattern, and there was the break of that neckline there into there, and then a wave 4, which is the strongest bullish momentum in this instance, up to wave 5. Bitcoin, it hasn't done much at all. We have a bullish flag, okay, which is fine, and a wave 4, which is great. So we are expecting the price to go up, and I did say by June this will go to $100,000. It still could happen. It still could happen, but certainly to 90,000 and then 110,000 is possible. However, this bullish flag needs to be broken. Silver showing signs of a wave 5 reversal, called the Elliott wave. We did have a breakout of this rectangle, so that was a buying opportunity there, so look out for that in the future. Similar position for gold. This is slightly different actually. So congratulations this morning if you banked the short on the gold signals group. A nice quick move, and we can see here that it's moving into a wave 5 reversal pattern, but it looks like this is slightly different in that it needs to push up before it moves down, if you know what I mean. Now, of course, these are amended each day and each week, so these can change, of course. However, the live charts today is of the 8th of May indicate that a pull back up is going to happen to about 23.53 on to 23.73, or even to this previous high here of 23.89. That might not seem a lot, but that's a few hundred pips there. We could see a breakdown completely. Now, what drives this, of course, this is a drive to safety for investors across the world. So if there's bad news across the world, then this tends to go up on its own without any correlation. However, if the dollar goes strong, then this will drive gold down. That's the correlation normally. Euro dollar, we have a head and shoulders pattern in the long term. We did have a rising wedge, so there was a trading opportunity here. We had a break of the wedge formation here, so there was a short position there, and we've got a head and shoulders pattern which has emerged. We also have seen a break of the head and shoulders, which indicates weakness, so it's likely this price is going to go weaker in the next few days or the next few weeks. There is a target down here of 102.55, so look out for that. That could be interesting. Same with the pound USD, not quite as clear. Now I want to talk about Elliott waves, formations, and strength and quality of trades. So the first thing is we can see that we've got a break of this rectangle, this consolidation period, which is a fresh move. So that was a trade there. Congratulations if you had it. And we also have an ABC pattern. So this to here is likely for the US yen. Again, this could change. If the yen futures collapses, then this will drive much, much higher. However, we can only go by what we've got, and we only trade what we see. So we do have a long position from here up to the first B pattern at 156. So that's going to be hit probably in the next few hours before we do some more analysis on this. Now, don't forget that these small positions might seem small on the daily, but they are 200 or 300 pips, not to be sniffed at. A break of the rising wedge on the US Swiss. So this indicates weakness, but you can't have a weak euro dollar and a weak US Swiss. It just doesn't make sense. The correlation is not there. So one's going to give way eventually. We don't know which one. This is moving into a wave 5 pattern, so we have to wait to see what happens here. I haven't seen this, so let's see what's going on. We have a triangle formation broken a couple of times here. Doesn't tell me anything. Same with the Kiwi. Doesn't tell me anything. So this is the beauty of these. You can actually just zoom through them and see if there's any breaks of any triangle formations. Let's zoom out. So we've got a double top from the long-term point of view, break of that triangle, and away it goes. But no, not enough information to talk about. No, right, okay, this is immediately we can see that there's something going on here. Remember, everything else has been removed. The liquidity zones, the trend line channels have been removed, but we can see straight away that there's a trend here, achieving higher highs and higher lows. So, and the other thing here, which is really, really important, is a wave 4. We don't have a wave 4 on the US yen, but we do have a wave 4 on the Canadian yen. What that means is that your target's much, much higher. If this is going to fly, and it could, then you're going to get a big move to 128.76 minimum. Okay, you can aim for the previous highest, 117.44. However, wave 4 trend is the most powerful and gives you the most best quality trades, I guess is the way to say it, and gives you bigger and better profits by having a much bigger target. Similar for the New Zealand yen, however, we can see that it's moving into an ABC pattern. So you wouldn't have your target up here. It could reach it quite easily, but for instance, you've got an ABC pattern forming. So on the lower time frame, when you go into your charts, it's an ABC pattern. So your target would be limited to 93.65 in this instance. Now the Aussie yen is different. So as an example, the New Zealand yen and the Aussie yen do the same thing. So the quality trade in this instance is going to be the Aussie yen, because it's going to give you far better risk to reward and a far better return for your money, because it's in a wave 4. So wave 4 is important. There's no chart pattern that's emerged, so we just have to go by the Elliott wave formation. So target on this is 115, nice big number, and lots of profits there. The other thing to note here, doji followed by a bullish candle. After that indicates a morning star, which is bullish reversal. The pound yen, congratulations if you're in it. Now you can see our target here on the pound yen. It's a 618 extension, and there's no chart pattern to talk about, so we have to go to the Elliott waves, and we can see that the price is bullish candle. And what candles I use are these ones here. What happens is on these ones, the candles get full up with volume. They go much wider. If there's no volume, they're very narrow, and they go much wider with high volume on all the time frames, of course. So again, with the pound yen, not the high quality trade because we don't have a wave 4. However, it can continue upwards, of course. But the Aussie yen, for instance, and the Canadian yen are in a wave 4, so they're better trades again to have. Not to say this is not tradable, it's definitely tradable. Swiss yen, what's happening here? We've got a rising wedge, haven't we, which indicates bullish momentum is likely into an ABC pattern, so your target is going to be limited to this area here, 172.11. Same with the euro yen. Price is limited to 168.69 into a rising wedge, gone green, which is good. Pound Swiss, now these are these are not good. So it's not very clear about direction. It's into a rising wedge. It's got a double top. So there's no analysis really we can say from that. Canadian Swiss is looking weak, and we've got a double top here, heading for 65.29. However, it's still in the wave 4. So in order to grab this trade and be successful, you need to wait for the break here of 65.29 and going down to 63.34. Double top on the Euro Swiss. Aussie Swiss is interesting. This is interesting actually. We've got a couple of things going on. We've had a rectangle formation, which is consolidation. We had a break of the consolidation area, which is interesting. And it came back down to this support area here, bounced off it, and then we have a wave 3 happening live into a wave 4. So the wave 4 is the big one. So we do expect this price to move up to target here a 62.50 or even higher at 63.92. New Zealand Swiss straight away. You can see it's consolidating. Pound Canadian. Lots of congestion there, doesn't tell me anything. Double bottom on the New Zealand Canadian, so this is red hot. So any break of this area here, we can put an alert there, can't we, just above that. So once that's broken, that comes to my email, and I will throw that into the VIP room for VIP members. So Aussie Canadian. Oh, Aussie Canadian looks. Oh, hold on. I thought it was a break. It's not a break. It's in a rising wedge and a triangle formation and a rectangle. So I'll need to see more information on this one. Euro Canadian is much better. So this is much clearer, isn't it? You can see the break of the structure to the upside, and we're going to be looking at this very closely. Target is going to be somewhere around here, which is a downtrend channel. So any kind of pullback, we'll be looking to buy the Euro Canadian in the next, probably next few hours actually. Pound Aussie into a parabolic downtrend. You can see it achieving lower highs and lower lows, so that's continuation. It's broken this triangle formation here, which is continued weakness, so we do expect this price to come down to 185.29. Similar for the Euro Aussie. However, we do have a doji and bullish candle together, morning start, so we do expect this price to come up to this area, 165.90 in the next few days. Aussie New Zealand, we've had a good run on this, haven't we, since February. Congratulations into this rising wedge. Still holding on to this rising wedge, so what we need to see now is a break of this rectangle formation over here to take it to this target here, 11224. Pound New Zealand, this is interesting, isn't it? Coming down to the bottom of this wedge formation, rising wedge as they call it. We do have a head and shoulders pattern, left shoulder, right shoulder, head. So if this price holds on to this area and we get clues to actually where it's going to go next, we are going to have a much bigger target here of 21818. Euro New Zealand, similar but not as good. Euro pound is not one I like to trade very often actually. It doesn't do much, to be fair. However, it's broken this falling wedge to form a new possible mover higher. There's no way for, so it doesn't really tell us much at all. However, I think this is probably going to go to 87.72. So understanding the chart formations and what's happening in the long term will help you make better decisions possibly on the lower time frames. So when you do your top-down analysis, if you can, with the premium on TradingView, then of course you'll be far better off. And look out for the Elliott waves as well. They are fantastic as a combination.